Hello, my name is Kathy Carlson. I am the owner-operator of Carlson Food Safety Consulting, and we are going to demonstrate how to handle, store, use your sanitizer for the fresh cut produce industry and for food safety purposes. First, you need to find a chlorine that is food grade. That's sodium hypochlorite. We use Pure Bright. It's in both English and in Spanish. And the way I know that it is for food grade is I look over here and it says for dishes, glasses, utensils, maybe teapots, and the sort. That means it's food grade for food contact surfaces. If it only says kitchen tables, counters, refrigerators, then it's probably not food grade. Okay, also if it has a scent in it, it's probably not food grade. You can, however, also look on the EPA website, EPA number website, and it will tell you if it is approved for food contact surfaces. Okay, next, again, this is in English and in Spanish. At the top here, it says just how to dilute it. Here we have 1 tablespoon per 1 gallon to get 200 parts per million. For the fresh cut produce industry, we want between 100 and 200 parts per million. So I suggest and recommend wherever it is possible to use it into a bottle, a spray bottle. So how do we set this up out in the field? Here's how I do it. First of all, I open it up. Remember, if you get it on yourself, it's going to make your clothes white, stain things, etc., etc. I open the top just a little bit, and then I pour it into the cap, just about that much. Okay, no more, no less. Then I put it into the bottle. And you'll notice that I also have labeled my bottle for the product and the dilution. All right, then I'm going to, depending on where the wind's going, I'm going to spray it so that I get the solution into the whole system. These are my field test strips, 10, 50, 100, 200 parts per million, and you're going to make sure that the expire date is not expired. Open it up. Remember, anytime you get water on these test strips, they're no longer functional. So be very careful and take out whatever you need and close the cap. Then I spray it and I compare it to those that I have as my resource numbers. So I want it between 100 and 200. If it's over 200, it's toxic. So now I will decide, is it closer to 100 or 200? I'm going to say it's closer to 100. I don't want to say 125. I don't want to say 185 because technically I don't have the resources to make that determination. So 100 parts per million, I'm going to mark that down in my log before I use this because I don't want to forget that I've done this and done it properly. If it wasn't written down, it didn't happen. So here I'll write down 100 parts per million chlorine. And then I'll also put the date that I've done it, my initials, and what tools did I clean with this, okay, or sanitize with this. Remember, you can't sanitize a dirty surface. Cleaning is with a detergent, then you rinse it, then you sanitize it according to the label of your sanitizer. Okay, also these strips now become a physical hazard, so make sure you throw them away in the proper place. All right, so then I have my harvest utensils. Here I just have some cutters and some scissors, maybe for your herbs or other things, and then I'm going to spray them. And remember that the spray has to stay in contact for 2.5 to 5 minutes, according to the label, to then be effective on bacteria. Remember also that chlorine is an oxidizer, And after a while, it will show rust on your equipment. That rust needs to be removed, or the handle or the unit has to be retired. Okay, so for both organic and for food safety, you need to have this on your material list, including the label and the SDS. For organic, you may need to either air dry it, which is just air drying it, or you may need to rinse it with 4 parts per million or less water as a rinse to remove the residue. Check with your certifying body to make sure you're doing it correctly. For food safety, we can just wipe them off. I'm using a one-time use towel, or I could have let them air dry. Now they're ready for work for the day. If they become excessively soiled, dirty, or the possibility of contamination, we're going to take them back, clean them with a detergent, rinse them, and sanitize them again before use. Thank you very much. I hope this was helpful. Please feel free to leave a comment or contact us at Carlson FS Consulting.